Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. WTF is Unmechanical. So this is a joint project that spawned from a student project at Future Games. Those of you in Sweden may know what Future Games is. Future Games is an advanced gaming education program. And this game is brought to you by Taloa and Teotl. So Taloa are the guys from the university. Teotl is an independent studio in central Sweden. They made a game called The Ball. Perhaps you remember The Ball. I was very, very bad at The Ball. I fully expect to be terrible at this as well. This is a side-scrolling puzzler of some description using the Unreal Development Kit. So I expect Unreal 3 visuals and nonsense like that. Going into this one absolutely blind, as it should be with the first impressions. I've actually met a few of these guys. I met them at the Swedish Game Awards event, and I was over there in Stockholm, and it was exceptionally fun. I enjoyed myself a lot. But let's see the fruits of their labor. Can we get yet another great indie title from Sweden developed by a bunch of university graduates? Because if you recall correctly, that was what Magica was all about. Alright, let's make it happen, shall we? Here we go. Unmechanical, folks. A curious term, unmechanical, I tend to find. What is so unmechanical about it, I have to wonder. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Look at his little face. Look at his little propellers, but just look at these little squiddy arm thingies. On Earth? I am a little helicopter, and indeed, why not, I guess. And more to the point, oh, there we go, spacebar, right. I like how I just have to kind of predict the controls. That's nice. We go for a little swim if we like. This little robot thing is absolutely adorable. And I'll tell you what, those little bubbles, the thought bubbles that come up, they very much remind me of Machinarium, whichever you prefer. I love the fact that even when you bump into something, his eye lights actually flash. Alright, let's grab the rock. There we go. I have a rock. The question is, what am I going to do with the rock? One has to wonder. I'd like to skim it along the water just to see how the physics work. And, oh wow, they really, really do, don't they? They actually cause the robot to rock backwards and forwards due to the weight. No idea where the hell I'm going. I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later. Come on, my little rocky friend. You're my only companion in this desolate land. It's got this nice 2.5D kind of thing going on. It's an effect as opposed to a game mechanic. 2.5D tends to refer to primarily 2D games that have a little bit of the third dimension involved in them, essentially depth to and from the screen. In this case, you've got aesthetic visual depth, but it is all done on a 2D plane, at least so far. Let's see if they actually manage to use that depth at any point. Alright, well, I brought a rock to join its other rocky little friends. It's extremely happy with this. Unfortunately, now that it's got real friends, it doesn't need me anymore, and I'm going to be sad and sulk in the corner. As a result, I'm going to take out my anger on these rocks and assault them horribly. That was the little rocky baby right there. It's 8 months old, and I just destroyed it. I'm a terrible person. What can I say? I'm a flying little mechanical head. I have no heart. Nice lighting effects going on here, actually. In fact, the level design in general is quite good, but time to start leveling a couple of criticisms. In fact, I only really have one criticism thus far, and it's just this bit right here. I don't see a clear distinction between what's in the background and what's solid rock. I mean, if you look at that right here, there's not really a big difference there. Perhaps there's not enough depth or maybe some kind of visual distinction between the two. Don't really know. Wonder what this is all about. Well, doesn't matter because that's too bloody heavy for my little floating head to actually deal with. But yeah, perhaps they need to re-emphasize this. I have to say, I'm playing on a release candidate. So this is most likely what you're going to be getting at release. Hence the term release candidate. So I don't think they're going to be changing that too much, but I did find that just slightly confusing. Well, I assume I can pass through that without any danger. Seems to be going fine. Oh, wonderful. More rocks, just what I always wanted. I'm just going to keep going along until I've... Right, well, this is going to be a fairly simple little adventure, isn't it? Okay. This part is simple enough. Get the rock. You know, this I really like as well. The way that they've actually simulated weight here is really cool. If I let go of the rock, I just hover. I don't have to touch any buttons, but if I hold this rock, then I've kind of got to struggle against its weight. If I let go of the key, I'm actually going to slowly sink as a direct result of that. And it feels like it's directly affecting my momentum. I guess because it is directly affecting my momentum. That is a seriously cool thing. And even that can actually have something done with it. There we go. We're going to drop the rock on that. Which one would think would open this? I don't wonder if there's anything special there. No, I think that's just a little bit of whimsy there by the level designer. It is very cool, though. Even elements like that can actually be used to educate the player, I tend to find. Well, I don't know what that was all about. Ooh, I can actually pull that. I knew it. It was there for a reason. You might think that that's just a little bit of whimsy, but actually it's not. It's there so that it demonstrates that you can move that, because you're going to encounter that in the very next scene, and otherwise you might just think it's part of the static scenery. That's smart game design. I like that. Alright, let's head on down here. I like the fact that the actual game is zoomed in here, too. Which is quite nice. It's bouncing my little robot off everything. He's battered and bruised, poor little thing. Some pretty cool ambient music going on as well. In the intro, there's some chiptune elements to it. Here, it's more of a case of, hey, we're just going to put it here to see how it goes. Huh, okay. It's in the background. It's present, but it's not obnoxious. Alright, well that fires that through there, so I have to wonder what's going on there. Bunch of rocks here, there is a button there, so... I have a feeling none of these rocks are actually going to be of the right size, but I think I know what it wants me to do here. It shouldn't be too difficult. No! You go back up there. Absolutely not. The rocks are belligerent after I senselessly slew the infant. I'm an infanticidal, floating, robotic head. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a terrible thing. Is it going to come down? I guess not. I don't think there's a rock small enough to get down there. I'm going to have to get access to this somewhere. It may have fired up... Oh, actually, can I pull that out and grab it? Or maybe put a rock... maybe I could put a rock there to block the ball, which would allow me to then pick up the ball, drop it into the hole, and actually get to the next section. And see how this turns out. A fairly logical puzzle section, one might think. Just going to pop that there. There we go. Pull this out, and hey presto, that was the correct answer. Wonderful, now I feel slightly smarter than I did before. Every now and again, there's a puzzle game that allows me to do that. The majority of puzzle games make me feel like a goddamn idiot. Well, this was all going so well until the belligerent rock decided he wanted to take a stand against my murderous rampage. I'm not sure if I can even get that thing out now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Get... It was its own fault. Stop blaming me and move on with your life. I are smirt. Thank you. Through the gateway we go. I'm still not seeing what's so unmechanical about this. This is actually distinctly mechanical in many, many ways. Also, why am I a squid? One has to wonder. And why is the world designed in this way? In the intro, you're actually kidnapped. You're flying along with your little flock of unmechanical floating heads, and then, for some mysterious reason, you are abducted. Lord knows why. Okay. I can't even remember what it was. I think it was red after that, wasn't it? This is what I get for not paying attention. I believe it was then yellow, then green. Well, that's... There we go. Is it going to make me do it again? It is, isn't it? I have a feeling those lights indicate my progress. Blue, green, blue, green. I find that basic Simon Says repetition puzzles are best done in a musical style. There we go. And one more. Incidentally, I'm playing this with one hand, so if I wish to be doing something else, like writing an erotic novel, I could do that. That wouldn't be a problem for me. Blue, green, red, blue, green, blue, green, red, blue, green, It helps with the memory, actually, if you associate various pitches and tones. I'll admit that was probably out of tune. It's been a while since I did anything musical, and that is actually a bit of a sore point for me. And now there is music for no reason. What is that, and does it want to kill me? A mysterious question. Let us answer it. Should I poke it? Will it eat me? It looks like it'll eat me. What happens if I post it again? Absolutely bloody nothing. Alright, well, random ball, orb of light, you're coming on a journey with me. Into the depths of wherever the balls this is. I guess I'm taking this with me. What is that on the ground, I wonder? Get out of the way. I found something more interesting. Okay, I guess it doesn't want to play ball today. There we go. Shall open that. You are coming with me. Down the hole. Nope, down the hole. The blue thing disappeared. Maybe that was just a shadow. Well, I guess that was the right thing to do, but I'll be damned if I know what it actually did. That's something that really gets me in puzzle games, when I do something and it doesn't words. Try again, Totalbiscuit. And it doesn't explicitly tell me what it actually did. That's why I really hated Mist and Riven. My brother really liked those games, and I forever despise him as a result of him being good at puzzle games. He has the right kind of mind. Mine was born broken. Ah, a seesaw puzzle. Alright then. Wait a minute, what's the point in this? Probably none whatsoever. It's like, this will allow me to oh yes, I can fly, never mind. I guess this is probably here to demonstrate, hey, we have seesaw physics. Ergo, chances are, you're gonna be meeting... Get back here! Well, that's got a distinct amount of character to it. In fact, if I was going to say anything about this game thus far, it's like, yeah, this game has a serious amount of character to it. It does give me this... It's a mashup, really, I think, between Machinarium, deliberate choice of word, deliberate choice of pronunciation, in fact. It is a Machinarium. It's a mashup between Machinarium and, of course, the one and only the ball. Which makes perfect sense. Or alternatively, maybe I just bring all the rocks over and push all of the buttons. Oh, this seems weight-based. Okay. This seems like some kind of light alignment going on here. Alright, well. This is a good way to sink a bunch of time, game. Like, make me pick up one of these sodding things at a time. I'm probably not strong enough to pick up the seesaw on its own, am I? Gonna go with no. But we'll attempt it. I almost am. I actually am, but this is going to tip and they're all going to fall off, and then it'll make me look like an idiot anyway, so what's the point? Okay. One. Or maybe I have to then bring it later, because I have a feeling that's actually about the same length as those switches, but it looks like they're kind of ridged around the side, so I guess they'll be blocked off otherwise. This game's got a nice charm to it, honestly. I want to find out what's going on with this guy's little adventure. What I will say about the game, however, is that they've advertised in both the press kit and the website that it's about 3 hours long, so it is a game for those that want a short and cool experience, and so far I'm seeing zero replayability simply as a result of there only being one solution to each puzzle. Now, I'm okay with that if the price is right. That's perhaps the most important thing. In fact, I would actually like to see more short games, because I'll be damned if I have the time to finish them these days. Well, I thought it was heavy enough, evidently not. I wonder if they use different weights or if they're both the same. I guess so. There we go. Well, by the looks of it, that one's already enabled. So the light is shining in that general direction. Notice the light particle effects and the direction that they're being sent into. Do I have a single idea what I'm doing at this point? No. Let's try number 3. I think it's just going to be trial and error until I figure out what this puzzle wants me to do. I know it wants me to bend light in some respect, I guess, but I can't be 100% sure as to why and for what purpose. Well, that moves that out of the way. So that's absolutely worthless. This one's already lit, actually. I wonder if I can force that down, if it actually serves any purpose, if it is. Now, that pushes that. That pushes that. That pushes that. Just watching the little particle waves there and seeing if they actually do anything. They don't seem to be affected when I actually push that, really. A little unfortunate. Looking for signs. Looking for signs that something is happening. Getting stuck on puzzles as always. Who the hell is surprised by that? Nobody. Nobody at all. At least I know what the orb of light was for. Alright. Well, in theory, I could have 3 of these activated at any given time. If I put them in just the right place, with the right weight distribution, it will actually keep this... At least I thought it would. It's not anymore. Did I knock this slightly? I guess maybe I did. And I'm also intrigued to know as to whether this will do anything. I'm probably being a dumbass by not bringing this along in the first place. This is probably... I'm most likely overthinking it. As I have a tendency to do. But I don't know if I am, actually. It is just the right length. But it also rests on top of the button, so that's not really all that much use, is it? Maybe there is a way to kind of use it as a seesaw of some description. At this point is where the screaming at the screen actually starts by people. It's fairly predictable. I have to wonder if there's a deliberate conspiracy by indie devs to send me puzzle games that they know I'll be absolutely hopeless at. But you know what? I think that's exactly what it is. You want to know why I think that? Because I feel that it makes viewers desperate to get the game so that they can solve the damn puzzle for themselves. Otherwise, it will forever haunt them and scar their psyche. The possibility. Now, while this is very conveniently length, I cannot really see how this would be useful in any way, shape, or form at this stage. Could just be a dumbass, but still. We're following these light particles and seeing if they even mean a damn thing. I have to wonder if F1 will actually help me here. Aha. Oh. I'm so thick. I am so incredibly thick. I was overthinking it, so apparently, yes, you can do that. But the problem was that at one point, I had 2 of these little blocks on one of the buttons, and it was able to activate it. And I thought, okay, well, I guess we have to push 3 of them. Apparently not, it's just 2. So F1 actually gets you a hint. I wonder if that's going to be in the release version, or whether or not that was a Totalbiscuit as a dumbass button, specifically put in for me. Also a possibility. Da-da-da-da! Nice to have the hint system in there. I guess self-control is required for people not to use it at every possible opportunity. Yoink! Not that that did anything. We'll still have to pick the right buttons. But, regardless. Problem is, I'm getting no visual feedback here. Unless I'm astonishingly stupid, I'm not seeing where these lenses actually angle to. And there's no real feedback, unless there's another button that I then have to press to activate it, but I'm gonna go with probably not. Okay. Smooth this out of the way, and let's indulge in the wonders of trial and error, folks. Or maybe you then have to press the 3rd button. That's a possibility, too. Da-da-da-da. That's that. Well, it's evidently not that either. Progress, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, right. Not gonna happen. Ooh, what? Ooh, I heard a dinging. A dinging is good, right? I view a dinging as a positive piece of progress. Hum-de-hum. Let's try these 2. Nothing but basic trial and error. And completely misinterpreting what the game is trying to tell me. Most likely. I try to get inside the head of people that make these games. More often than not, it results in catastrophic mental failure. Welp! That's it right there, by the looks of it. Oh, wonderful. I got a light bulb back. Now what? Did that open the door for me? Yes, it did. I guess it was just a case of do all of the other lenses except for that one up there. Alright. And now I realize that is actually a tube. I couldn't see that. I actually could not see that. That was a tube. That was a bloody tube, not light particles. Ah, look at that. You can barely tell. You can only tell now that there's a light source down here. That's glass. That's glass. Ah, I'm so stupid. I don't know if I should blame the game for that because I have a feeling that people will just bitch at me for my own ineptitude. So you know what? I'm just going to attribute to that to me being an absolute moron. Well, what I can tell you about Unmechanical, folks, is that it is coming. It is coming in August, as it turns out. I think depth is actually being used at this point, which is nice. I was making that comment earlier that it should be. Lord knows what I'm going to do with the light ball. Here, I guess, absolutely nothing. And maybe that, which... crap. Yeah, I can see what it's trying to do. It's trying to get me to create a key, which will then go into that and make the cogs move. The question is, which switch does what? Okay, so that one swings that one around. If I had any complaint about this, it's that the interaction's a bit fiddly because every time you've got to go down and pull the switch and pull it up, and it's a little bit unnecessarily time-consuming, I feel. Let's play a jigsaw puzzle. Well, let's at least get this one in the right area first. Alright. That's clearly not correct. One of these is going to have to overlap the rest. That much is obvious. Okay, that's good, that's good. I then just need to move the last one without breaking the whole sodding thing. Yeah, kind of like that. Basic logic. Surely that is simple, right? Move this. There we go. Wonderful. That wasn't too hard, was it? I like the mixture of puzzles here. There's obvious physics stuff, there's obvious logic stuff, and then there's obvious what the hell is bloody going on stuff. That's always nice. The variety is good there. They're claiming more than 30 puzzles in this game. But once again, I have to wonder just how much they're going to be asking for it. Like, if it was a $5 game that was 3 hours, I'd say, yeah, sure. $10, maybe? I think at $10, it kind of becomes more of a fans of the genre thing. $5 is like, oh, $5 for 3 hours of quality entertainment? Sure, absolutely, why not? That seems totally reasonable. $10, maybe less, but once again, it does, of course, come down to personal preference and what people view as worthwhile and what people do not. Alright, Bally. That's going to be your name. You illuminate my dark and dreary existence. Ooh, they're actually using lighting here, too. That is so cool. I've got to say, if I were to come to a conclusion on this, it's a really cool collab project between a bunch of students and the guys who made the ball, and they've created a puzzler with a hell of a lot of character to it. But once again, my biggest concern with it has got to be the price point. If they're outright going to say up front, this is a 3-hour game, then how much are they charging for it? We don't know that as of yet. We will find out soon enough, no doubt. Things are starting to get just a little bit weird out of here. Crabface over there decided it wanted to eat my ball of light. Now I feel lonely and rather disturbed. And I have no idea what's going on. Check it out, folks. It's coming to Steam. It's called Unmechanical. My name has been Totalbiscuit. And I'll see you next time.